Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block Update. I am your host right now, Mr. Eddie V. Joining me is Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
Right now, where are you going?
I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean? Why did
I'm
you
just
say
trying
right
to.
now? Are you leaving? What's going on?
No, I just trying to. I'm so excited for what we're going to be discussing and updating all our listeners and viewers for some of the future content that's coming from the Nintendo side on here on Boss Rush. So, Corey, I'm going to turn
Yeah.
it over to you. Let everybody know. Let's give them an update of what's going on with Nintendo Power Block and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So, we're kind of changing some things around a little bit for Nintendo Pow Block to kind of accommodate for our new Patreon schedule. Uh, we're kind of switching some things around. We're moving Boss Rush Podcast to Fridays for patrons and then the following Monday for everyone because we want to be able to talk about more recent events, right? And we're still going to keep the topical format for that, right? Where, we have a topic and, uh, but it's kind of hard to talk about the changes for Power Block without talking about the changes to Boss Rush in general. So, one of the things that we wanted to do for Boss Rush podcast this year is have bigger and more interesting guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we've had so many guests come on that have been more like interviews, right? And we already have an interview show, right? And
Yes.
so we're keeping 1v1 as the interview show, right? And then we have our Boss Rush podcast spotlights, which will the 1v1 interviews are going to be focused on the people and as people and as what they want to do, their interests, their passions, them their gaming careers, whatever. And then we're going to have the Boss Rush podcast spotlight episodes, which we'll have people on that will focus on the companies that they're part of, the products, their product. Like if we have a streamer on, they'll focus on their streaming and kind of talk about their career as a streamer, right? Or if we have, upcoming episodes of like, we have Way Forward, we have, Black Tabby Games, which Stephanie and Pat have interviewed. We have Jeff Gardner from Something Wicked Games soon. So like the spotlight episodes are going to be more towards like the company and the history of the company and the products, and maybe if we can squeeze out a an exclusive tidbit of like what they're working on next or something, something like that. So uh and that's going to fall under the banner of Boss Rush Plus, which is the Boss Rush podcast's kind of uh, expansion pass, if you will, equivalent to expansion pass. And we're going to try to get that out, twice a week if we can. One guaranteed, twice, hopefully. Uh, and so how that affects Nintendo Pow Block is that Boss Rush Podcast, and this is for patrons really only, right? So Boss
Mm-hmm.
Rush Podcast on Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday will be Boss Rush Plus, and we're going to actually kick the week off for patrons with Nintendo Pow Block on Mondays, and then it'll be on free feeds on Wednesdays like normal for everybody else. So that won't change for you specifically. And then Expansion Pass will come out on Wednesdays for patrons, and then maybe Mondays for either Sunday or Monday. I'm trying to clear that Sunday schedule so we don't have stuff, because I don't really care for things that come out on the weekend, really. Uh, I mean, we have After Dark and then Jump Off Point for the weekend, but that's kind of where we're at there. So how that affects Pow Block is Pow Block's going to come out on Mondays for patrons, which, surprise, hi Patreon. We're here Monday. Happy Monday. And then Friday or Wednesday will be expansion pass for patrons. So expansion pass is still going to come out a week. It won't be a full 2 weeks later. It'll be like a week and some change for free feeds. It's still going to come out on free feeds, where I know people like expansion pass along with Nintendo Power Block. So we've talked about some of the Boss Rush Plus stuff being exclusive or timed exclusive for patrons, but expansion
Mhm.
pass will be out, within, I guess it would be like 10 days at this point, 9-10 days from the Patreon release. So for those of you who only listen to Nintendo Pow Block from Boss Rush, your schedule is not really changing. You're just going to get expansion pass on Mondays for free instead of Sundays. So,
Yes.
which by the analytics, most of you listen to it on Mondays anyway. So good for us, I guess.
Yes, I guess.
But how do you, so the schedule is going to look like this for Patreon: Monday, Nintendo Pow Block; Tuesday, Boss Rush Plus; Wednesday, Expansion Pass; Thursday, Boss Rush Plus; Friday, uh, Boss Rush Podcast; and then Saturday will be Boss Rush After Dark like normal. Although we're playing around with the idea of making After Dark every other week, so we can accommodate Boss Rush Plus. But also the reaction to Jump Off Point has been pretty well received, and so we are going to release that every other Sunday. So we still, or every other Saturday, sorry, every other
Mhm.
Saturday, so we can still have that cadence of something comes out every. I don't like it when podcasts do every other week, so you know, just to have something every Saturday. And then book club will be Boss Rush Book Club is kind of the big one too. That'll release on the last Sunday of every month instead of the last Friday of every month. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I don't know, Ed. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's good. We're getting ready for the new season of Boss Rush for the summer. It's something that we normally do um, with some of the shows and the plans that we're getting ready. Like when like E3 used to come around, we get ready for that and stuff. So it's just like we're getting ready for our summer season of shows and content releases. So um just giving people a heads up so they can be informed. They'll be like, okay, since they're moving that, now I know where my content is that I could watch from Boss Rush. So
Mm-hmm.
giving them heads up and everything is a great thing. We got a lot of great stuff planned for you guys. We got one show particularly doing a good return, and you do not want to miss it. There's going to be something that you are going to really want to tune in and definitely enjoy. But that's for the future. You guys have to wait to see what show that we're bringing back. It's going to be
Yeah,
something to watch.
I'm very excited. So also, I should probably explain Boss Rush Plus to everybody.
Mhm.
Boss Rush Plus is basically everybody has their own favorite shows of our interviews, our 1v1 interviews, our spotlight podcasts that we kind of tested with Secret Friends and WASD and Beyond is coming up, and uh we have the Boss Rush Extra, which we've been playing around with, and Talk the Walk, and some of the shows that we've retired and are maybe bringing back in a cooler way, a nicer way. Ed and I just kind of planned out the first run of this for the last hour or so. After we actually recorded the episode that you're about to hear, we planned this out, and then we were like, we should probably explain what's happening, right? Ed's getting a phone call. So Boss Rush Plus, we're just using that as the umbrella banner for like Talk the Walk, 1v1, spotlight podcasts, extras, and any spoiler casts that aren't associated with book club, uh, our extra stuff pretty much, and a couple other things that we're gonna maybe tease and bring back. I'm very excited. Like I said, some of the Boss Rush Plus stuff will be exclusive. Some of it will be timed exclusive. Some of it will be available on YouTube and not podcast services. But Patreon will still get the audio. We're also playing around with bringing videos to Patreon, so we're doing that, and I'm just very excited. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Ed's on the phone. I'm gonna try to guess what he's saying. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
So
So
I'm excited. I think we got a good thing going, but I'm sure people don't really care to hear about this. So I guess they want to listen to the real episode. So yeah. But that's kind of what's happening. And again, you're gonna hear this again on the Boss Rush podcast at some point. So, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, on with the show. Yes.
This episode of Nintendo Pow Block is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Games. I'm your host, Enlightened Excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
hello, I'm here. Happy evening to you, good sir.
Happy evening and happy Pride to everybody who is celebrating it this month. I'm so excited to be getting ready for some things in the coming weeks. Getting ready for our Boss Rush Pride panel. Got to order a new shirt and everything for Pride because I love last year's logo. If you guys have not seen it, go to bossrush.net, check out our store if it's still there. I'm just so excited for this year's Pride panel because hopefully the guests that I reach out to would join me and we have a great discussion. Just not only about gangs, but just things that's going in the world and everything, and how we're going to be celebrating Pride this month. Everybody, this is going to be a mini block episode due to some scheduling.
It's going to be a regular episode. You know it is.
Well, you know how our mini blocks go, Corey. That is true though. Cause I have to ask you before we get into anything, why is Gear 6 trending?
It's trending because a lot of people want, the Xbox showcase is as the time of this post. Oh, first of all, before we get into all that,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a little bit of a Patreon schedule change. And Nintendo Pow Block is going to be coming out on Mondays now to kick off the week on Patreon. If you listen on free feeds, it's still going to come out on Wednesday, so no change for you. But it's going to kick off the week on Mondays now, and we're moving the Boss Rush podcast to Fridays and having a shorter early access window to that. Because we're going to start offering some Boss Rush Plus stuff exclusively and early access and Patreon plus YouTube and stuff like that. So we're kind of playing around with the formula, but just so everybody knows, if you're a patron, Pow Block's going to kick off the week now. And I'll make that same announcement on the Boss Rush podcast on Wednesday when we record. So
Yes.
Also, not that this is a big deal. I'll make a post about it on Patreon and on social media and stuff. But I think our plan is to start making After Dark every other week, and then every other week. I know some people have been enjoying the test run of Jump Off Point, and so we're gonna move that to every other Saturday as well. So we've got a couple episodes banked, already recorded to kind of fill out the schedule. So yeah, a lot of big stuff coming up, Ed.
Yeah,
I mean, when this post, you and I are going to be having Way Forward back to talk to them.
I'm super excited. I literally told my boss because of course they don't know video games and stuff, but I'm just like, I have a huge interview coming up and I need the day off. I don't need no shenanigans. Like, I mentally got to prepare myself. I mean, physically, yeah, but I'm like, people know me. Way Forward is one of the biggest companies that I love in gaming
Yeah.
development.
Y- Yeah, and the way forward's coming in. Uh we are doing some spotlight stuff with Black Gamer League coming soon.
hmm
Uh LaRon and I are interviewing Jeff Gardner on Tuesday, which is a huge interview. If you don't know who he is, he was one of the lead producers and on Fallout 4 and the project lead on Fallout 76, and
Ah,
he was also a lead designer on Skyrim and Fallout 3. So
ah, that's awesome.
and he started his new studio called Something Wicked Games. So look forward to that in the coming month. It seems like they're going through a marketing or like a third party kind of marketing firm or whatever.
hmm
So I don't know when that episode is coming out specifically, because I think we're gonna have to send it to them to have them check it out.
Yes.
Make sure they didn't say anything, because they have a new game coming out called Word Song. Uh, I'm assuming based on his pedigree and the pedigree of the people he's hired at the studio. Um, Here's a couple of games, okay, that the studio people in the studio have worked on: uh, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, uh, Outer Worlds, Fallout, Elder Scrolls. So basically the open world RPGs.
Western
That
open world RPGs.
yeah,
That's good.
so
Can
I'm assuming their new game is an open world action RPG with choice spaces. So
can I give you a question to ask him to and hopefully he doesn't take this wrong or anything, but do you think developers of that degree are they scared to actually try to make a so-called JRPG or Eastern RPG, which have different designs and skill sets and stuff like that? I'm like, has he ever
yeah,
wanted to try to make something like that? And would RPG Maker be something he would be interested in trying to get that idea out and
yeah. I
stuff?
mean, if we have time, I will. I mean, we don't have very long with him. I mean, we
hmm
have like I think we have like 45 minutes with him. I mean, because he's running a studio, he's busy. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Um, but we've got some great things coming up. I'm very excited, very excited.
I want to touch on the model studio so bad. The creators agree. Like, and I'm going to try to keep reaching out to them and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know how it would happen, but I'm like, I really want to speak to them. Just not only just because they're a new game, never, but I really want to just really talk to them about this art style that they're using. Like, what is attractive about it, and why do I feel like this art style now somewhat belongs to them because they can make it work
Yeah.
in a sense.
So it's it's funny. Adam from Way Forward just emailed me. So yeah, it's we're really trying to do more for just we're trying to do more and get people in that are interesting and fun. And
hmm
we've done a couple spotlights with creators too, right? Like Secret Friends just came out. WASD and Beyond is coming out in a couple weeks. So it's it's cool. Plus we're doing like the Boss Rush extra stuff. Like Ed and I
mm,
will be doing a founders discussion at some point this month. And um I had Josh on to talk about the Xbox showcase that's coming up. And there's just a lot coming up. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
yes. Um, I'm waiting for all the presentations and stuff and we're going to be talking about that later on in the show, everybody. It had just hit me today. I'm like, I need to make a playlist after all the presentations get done showing, because I'm going to be watching them, writing them up so that people will get the news because I'm excited for this. I think, like you guys said, the spirit of E3 isn't dead. It's just evolved into something else.
Hmm.
In a sense.
Yeah, and like Summer Game Fest is going to be kind of it's a weird time to like I don't know. It's like obviously Summer Game Fest doesn't roll quite off the tongue like E3 does, but I think that's what we're
Hmm.
gonna have to get used to saying is like, Summer Game Fest is here, so it's it's game time. It's uh I don't know. It's weird. Uh Gamescom obviously later and Paris Games Week, and I'm really excited for this Xbox showcase. Um
I am
I
too.
kind of I kind of feel like somehow, or not like somehow, but in some way or form I've kind of taken on the the Xbox fanboy of the team. And I'm like, all right, I'll play that card. Sure.
and and
I'll make fun
and
of the PlayStation showcase that didn't show anything. That's fine.
but and you know that I do enjoy PlayStation. I do enjoy Xbox too. And you know me. I'm going to be like reaching out to you. I'm definitely um going to have a meal ready for the showcase. But I'm excited to what they're going to show. I One of my big things is it's just like please give us dates. I don't You can do a CG trailer all you want to. That's fine. I just need a date because I need to help my Xbox library by
Mhm.
providing games to it and everything.
Mm. Yeah, I mean I I get all my stuff on Xbox now. It's just I don't know. I like the ecosystem. I like the function of the console. I like that I don't know. Every time my console turns off wrong, it doesn't have to like reboot for 5 minutes, and I don't know. I just prefer it. And I also hate the DualSense controller. It hurts my hands, and I don't like the haptic feedback cuz it makes me feel like the controller is broken. So, I don't know. I'm the weird one, I guess, but I don't
Hey, uh, you know how I felt when Destiny 2 came out. Just the demo alone, I was just like, I cannot play this game on PlayStation. I have to play this on
yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah,
That Destiny
shooters
2.
shooters specifically, right? Like I think
Hmm.
I think I think 2D platformers and like Metroidvanias on PlayStation are probably better because the D-pad is kind of,
Yes.
parallel is on the same
Mhm.
plane as the face buttons. And to be honest, the Xbox D-pad is not really uh I like the Xbox D-pad. I think it's better on this controller than the Xbox One, but
Yes.
I also know it's not for 2D platformers and Metroidvanias and stuff, but I don't care. I still use it. Uh,
I will say the Xbox One and the Series S controllers, like, co- big shout outs to Microsoft for their improvement. I cannot play that 360 controller. I tried, like I said, I tried Gears. It just did not feel good at all. But Gears felt amazing. Like the remaster one, it felt amazing on Xbox One. And Gears 5 feels good on Series X and everything. I'm just like, okay, I understand now why people love this game because the controls feel better with these new controllers than it did in the past.
hmm Yeah. So I mean, I think there's a lot to be excited about for Xbox right now too.
Hmm.
Um, I know a lot of people on PlayStation are excited for Spider-Man, but like after that, you really don't know what's coming from first party. Which, like, I know this s- summer showcase, spring showcase, whatever you want to call it for PlayStation, is not the end all be all. Right. I
Hmm.
know that they're going to have another one probably around Gamescom, which is in August or September, right?
Yes.
So I think you're gonna have a lot of things to look forward to there. Uh, but it's funny because a lot of the Xbox people I follow are like, yeah, PlayStation, thanks for showing me all the games I'm gonna play on Xbox. I'm like, yeah, but come on, guys, let's be honest. PlayStation fans have been saying that about Xbox for years. so, um,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm excited for like Marathon, and obviously Destiny 2, the final shape is going to be the big one for me next year. And uh I know a lot of people are excited for Metal Gear. Maybe I'll finally give it a go. um man, I've tried with Metal Gear so many times, and I just man, the it's the controls. It's the controls. It's not the game itself. It's the controls. I
So,
actually really liked what I played of 5, but that's because 5 played a lot like Gears. So
wow, I gotta say, out of the whole series, Metal Gear Solid on PS1 is the only one that I beat. I own 2, 3, I own 4, I own 5. Because I got the Ground Zero collection and then Metal Gear Solid 5. I got that all on Xbox. I got it when we was going out of business at Toys. So a $60 game and a $20 game only costed me $2.50. And one of them was like a free 99 kind of deal. So uh um but yeah, I'm excited for the showcase and everything. And I know people are going to be trying to poo-poo it. I really do hope that there is some love on social media, on Twitter or Facebook and stuff. I really hope people do get excited and everything. I know people are going to be playing the drinking game of Game Pass, first on Game Pass. We all understand that.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of Game Pass, to be honest. I mean, like whatever. I mean, obviously, like first party stuff, yeah, and stuff that's being published by Microsoft, of course. But like, I don't think there's going to be a lot. I think a lot of third parties are kind of shying away from Game Pass, and I think that's why you're starting to see games not come to Xbox at all, because they think, hey, if Xbox wants the games, they're going to come pay us to be on either on Game Pass or like, beg us to be on the console and pay us more, right? And I mean the big one right now, right, that Microsoft might have, I think, in terms of Japanese centric games especially, is the big rumor is they have the Persona 3 remake and Like a Dragon 8. So those are the two big games that they might get. So to show, not as exclusives, but
right.
I don't know.
That would be.
I still wish they would have like not bought Activision Blizzard and gotten Sega and Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal instead. But it's just me.
I think. The goodness is turning into expansion pass, but it's a mini block, so we can do it. I think Sega on Xbox would bring me concern. Because I just don't know how the ecosystem would take it. In the sense,
you're the worst. I get it. That's fine.
No, because I think I think people were excited for Persona being on Xbox, but I think people hoped more of that was hitting Nintendo with the Switch, and it did. So people who were getting the Persona games went with Switch and everything. Trust me, Persona 5 with that green, like the box copy and everything, looks great on Xbox. But I think people were still just like, I need this to be on the Nintendo console, and people went and brought it there and everything. So, and I feel like Sonic still does good on Nintendo in some sense, but I really don't know. I would be surprised, because then how is Sega's in Platinum is fine. Platinum Games, everybody. I wonder how would Microsoft and Sega get along to make games and everything under the Microsoft brand. And Atlas just doesn't seem appealing to the Xbox player at this time, I would say. I think I would need to see some proof of people being very interested in Atlas being exclusively on Xbox.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support. Sorry, I'm reading some breaking news. Not that anybody really cares, but so KOTOR, KOTOR 2, when they brought it to Switch, Aspyr said they were going to bring the game that wasn't finished, they were going to finish it and bring it to Switch, right?
Yeah.
They're going to restore the restored content DLC.
Yeah.
They just announced that they are not bringing it to the Switch. So you can go to, if you bought the Nintendo Switch game before this announcement, you can go to their website and pick either a complimentary key, because the game with the DLC costs a little bit more than the regular version, I think. You can get The Force Unleashed for Nintendo Switch, Knights of the Republic for Nintendo Switch, Republic Commando for Nintendo Switch, Episode 1 Racer on Nintendo Switch, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy on Nintendo Switch, or Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast on Nintendo Switch. Or you can get Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords on Steam. That will be getting the restored DLC.
What happened? I wonder.
I don't know, man. Aspyr is in all kinds of trouble financially. I mean, they were doing that, the Knights of the Old Republic remake, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. They're just in all kinds of weird trouble. It bothers me, man. I was so excited when they announced the Knights of the Republic remake. Win for Xbox, I guess, because they went to Microsoft first and they saw who was making it and they said no thanks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
wow. Because I thought BioWare made the first two.
BioWare made the first one. Obsidian made the second one. In 10 months, by the way, which is why half the game is missing. And then because then the KOTOR team did Jade Empire, and then they went on to Mass Effect. So
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the game that needs to be remade, or remastered. Jade Empire.
Oh, I know, Jade Empire is so good. It's backwards compatible on Xbox. If anybody has Xbox, you can buy it. It's $10. It's very good. I highly recommend it if you are into that style of RPG. Granted, the combat's a little dated. But I think it's worth exploring that mythology and that lore and everything. It's so good. If you're a Knights of the Old Republic fan, you will like Jade Empire. It's amazing.
I have my physical copy still, so I can pop in my Xbox.
Well, yeah. I bought it digitally, but yeah, I have my physical copy also. By the way, Ed, I bought these sleeves for my games.
Yeah.
For my physical copies of old games that I have digitally now, and I'm very excited. I put all my Nintendo 64 ones in these, and I'm working on some of my GameCube games that I think are worth preserving, like Wind Waker and Master Quest, Ocarina of Time Master Quest, and Twilight Princess, which I will have to get back someday. That kind of thing. I think it would be cool to display these at some point. I also ordered some DS ones because I'm going to put some of my DS games in there. Although it's less urgent, I think, because I don't know. I just feel like it's less urgent. But yeah, these are cool.
You said they came in a pack?
Yeah, that's like they came in a case of like 25. So
that's not bad.
The Nintendo 64 ones came in a pack of 12. So I put all my complete games in there. I need to get a box for Majora's Mask. But that'll be it. That'll be my N64 collection. I will have everything. The only one they don't make it like the double size one for Star Fox. So like Star Fox isn't gonna have one, and it's like kind of makes me upset.
Oh no,
it's fine. It's all right.
Watch, one day you're just gonna be at Target or somewhere, and you're gonna walk through something, and they be like, "Oh, you know what? That might fit my Star Fox thing." And you just snag it. You may be it'll be in the clearance section.
I mean, I think you could probably buy like a specific specific size, because that wasn't the only game that came like that. I think what was the other game? There was a couple of games that came with, like, the games that came with rumble packs came with the thick one.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, I don't know. There was a couple games that came in the big boxes like that. So I don't know, man. I'm just ready to just display things when we move.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to get that stuff ready. I know nobody really cares about that, but you know, it's fine. They'll get
The
over
future, the future, everybody, the future.
it. The future.
Well, Corey, we just got some quick Femi news because Nintendo announced everybody want to Switch, which is
Oh
the
my
sequel to to Want to Switch, which was the debut game for the Nintendo Switch reveal. The
Yes,
pre-orders
everybody's
are
favorite
live.
Switch launch game.
The pre-order is live and the game is going to be arriving June 30th. At this time, everybody, there is no trailer for it, but it is going to be $29.99. They said mix up your next get together with Everybody Wants to Switch game. Grab some Joy-Con controllers or smart devices for team-based games that are easy to set up and feature everything from balloons to aliens and more. People at your next party could get movie and show off their teamwork in this multiplayer mashup. A mix of games and modes to keep you on your toes. Use Joy-Con controllers or smart devices, team up, and let the games begin. Split into teams to see which group can win a certain number of games first. Many games have several variations that change the rules or add extra challenge. We do not know any of the games, or anything, or how many players it's going to be, but they did reveal that there are going to be some pastel colored Switch Joy-Cons that you guys could look. They have a purple, a mint looking one, light strawberry, like in a yellow. It looks kind of like, yeah, Easter colors, but like I was thinking like Napoleon ice cream, Corey. When I seen the pink one. That's why I just call it like strawberry, because I think of strawberry ice cream when I see it. Definitely with the green one. So they got these Easter kind of colors in our thing. They don't show what the combination is going to be or anything, but yeah, that is all happening. Apparently this month that we did not expect at all. So yeah, everybody wants to Switch.
Neat.
I
Did you see my
know.
tweet? Did you see my tweet today? Or,
Uh-uh.
I retweeted the Nintendo account that said for everybody want to Switch, and I said,
Yeah.
I just retweeted. I said, who's going to tell them?
Oh wow. So I know probably your nephews are going to expect to get this game.
I've never met two people who love that game more than my
Mhm.
nephews love that game. It is. I don't understand, man. I don't get it.
I think I'm going to pre-order it, but I'm not going to really play it. I think it's just a Nintendo thing I need to have in my collection before it be gone, and then you see it ranked up to at $95 to $150 later on in life, and yeah, I and plus it's only $30. So maybe we will get a trailer. I think sometime this month. We'll see some of the new games and how it functions. But yeah, that kind of had everybody scratching their head of like, huh? Like, and of course, I don't think we had a Nintendo June game because Pikmin 4 is next month in July.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to stealth drop like games like this throughout the rest of not the rest of the year, but like I just wonder if they're going to I wonder if they're going to do that, right? Like I wonder if they're going to
Well, if we look at it, January was Fire Emblem Engage. February was Metroid Prime Remastered. March was Kirby. April was Advance Wars 1 and 2. May was Tears of the Kingdom. This month is going to be Everybody Wants to Switch. And next month is going to be Pikmin 4. That's 7 first party games alone that has dropped this year. And we still got 5 more months. So I'm just like, what other could there be 5 more games that we like right now we don't know what Nintendo's doing for the rest of the year. Like at literally after Pikmin, and this is not even including the Mario Kart 8 DLC. After Pikmin, we don't know if Nintendo's dropping any more first party. And right now, Metro Prime 4 is the only one that's on the list that we're all waiting for to see. So unless Nintendo got something backed up, maybe we get some remastered GameCube games from Nintendo. I really don't know what they're planning after August now.
Well, I mean, Bat and Kados is coming, right? I mean, I bet that's probably August, so it doesn't get sucked into the fall, right? I mean, that's probably coming.
So is Nintendo publishing? That's a Nintendo game, right? Like a Nintendo published game. Is it first party or is that just
I think it's second party. Nintendo owns some part of it, but they it's like co-owned. I don't really know the complete story. Shane would know more. Shane Kelly
would
probably know more about that. He's a really big fan of that. He's trying to get me to play it, and I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
I mean, I'm getting better at Kados. It's just I know Monolith Soft worked on it, and I know it was Namco at the time, but I didn't. I knew it was only on GameCube exclusively. I just didn't know if Nintendo published it, if it's under the Nintendo banner. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo has something to do with it, but I'm not 100% sure what that is.
So unless Nintendo got something, because we'll definitely see something at Gamescom that they're going to be at. Unless they got some stuff drops things. Oh, go ahead.
I still think Nintendo's going to have some sort of direct, maybe after Summer Game Fest and everything's kind of over. I just, man, I feel like you can't just be like, Zelda's it. That's your major game of the year. Everything else, have fun. I mean, right. Fire Emblem. Is Fire Emblem and Zelda really the only big games of the year? I mean, as much as I'm looking forward to Pikmin, that's not a huge game.
I mean,
Advance Wars is not really a huge game, right? Metroid Prime Remastered it's not new, it's a remaster. So
it's a remaster, but I think everybody was treating it as a big game because it was something that they wanted to play, and it's been hyped up and talked about and rumored so much that they treat it as a big game. They're not treating it as Zelda, as a 10 million game, but it is a big first party game for people. So it made them hyped to get that and everything. Because right now, the only other hype game is that Nintendo literally can do is drop Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
But they're not gonna drop 3 Zelda games in 1 year. They gotta save something for that the year between, right? I mean, next year is the year, man. That's what's gonna happen next year. I mean, I could see them dropping the Prime games, the rest of the Prime games this year, honestly, because I think Metroid Prime is obviously a different type of game than Zelda, right?
Yes.
They're way smaller experiences.
Yes.
And it's a remaster, so you could put the whole trilogy out this year and then kind of swan song the Switch with Metroid Prime 4. But they're not going to drop. I mean, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, they're not as big as
they're not
Tears of the Kingdom, but they're still big experiences, and there's still Zelda experiences.
Right, and yeah, just like you said, they aren't big, but just like Metro Prime Remaster, if you don't think people are not going to snag those games, they're going to treat those games on Switch like they are big titles.
Yeah, I mean, those are gonna be there, and people who are wanting those to be bundled, good luck. They're gonna be $60 games. Sorry to burst your bubble.
I'd be shocked if they do a $40 version of them. Well, not.
I mean,
I'd probably say
I could see $49.99 at the lowest.
50, yeah, because they are Wii U editions, or editions, not editions. Editions.
I know, but they've also, like, this will be the 4th console Twilight Princess is on. You know what I mean? So
that is true, but like, come on now. Twilight Princess HD with the re-release of the Wolf Amiibo? Come on. You don't think folks are not going to snag that?
Oh, I think they are, and I will gladly keep it sealed.
Like, I literally could see that.
Have you tried to buy the Wii U version with the Wolf Amiibo sealed? Have you looked at that price?
It's probably under over $200 some. Like, I snagged my copy because nobody was buying it at Toys R Us. So I would just like, let me get this for this good old 60 with my employee discount, and I make sure that I had that.
Yeah.
That and Wind Waker HD. Like, I knew if Nintendo was dropping something hot from first party, there's some stuff I didn't get, but that's fine. I know if I didn't snag it at the time of release, it was going to be hard to find, and they was going to jack up the price. People, you need to realize, first party Nintendo games, as much as people want them to fail or anything, if you do not get that first edition, you are literally in trouble. If you're trying to buy it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean,
and so that's everybody that's one to Switch.
Yeah, see, nobody cares.
But we don't have no information. Like, we don't got a trailer. Like, we got people playing stuff, and that horse, whatever that is.
Yeah, what's going on with that horse? Who is high and did that? I mean,
I have not one idea. Maybe there's a surprise. Like, so I know that like they said, Xbox and Sony is getting Metal Gear 3 Delta Snake Eater, the remake. We don't know. We get a Twin Snakes. That's a possibility. We don't know if Platinum Games got something that's still under wraps for Switch. Like, we know Nitty has been talking to some Japanese developers, so something has to be coming. I just don't know who else they have been talking to have something ready for release for the rest of the year. Because, like, if we only get those 7 games, I'm fine with it. And as long as we get some NSO games and stuff. But Nintendo is just, they got to have something, unless it's the level 5 stuff. That's the only thing I could think of. If Nintendo is publishing the level 5 stuff, which I think they are, that is like the rest of the year. Like, if we're getting Professor Layton, I think we are getting Professor Layton this year. Like, if Nintendo is publishing that,
I'm telling you that's Way Forward's game. I'm telling you that's Way Forward's game. And when we interview them on Monday, well, I guess by the time you're hearing this on Patreon today, like, I'm asking them if the Professor Layton game is theirs. I am straight up asking them.
But is it theirs? Is it theirs for helping development? Because level 5 is doing all the development for that.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they're developing it. This could be their way, because remember, they kind of shut down all their Western arm, but they wanted to get back into the Western audience. Maybe this is their way in. They work with like they work with somebody like WayForward, who obviously has a pedigree for these games. Like, I mean, look at Advance Wars, look how great that turned out. And obviously Shantae's super, super awesome. And I mean, they just have a knack for that style of game. And so I think Professor Layton is the perfect game for WayForward. And it feels like they can adapt their art style to that.
I would be interested to see a WayForward game take the Professor Layton art style and do something different and everything. Because I think like their last Shantae game, there's a question that I have, everybody, for WayForward. You would have to wait for that episode to drop to hear it, because I think there is a certain art style and a certain game that does belong to Nintendo that could come together for a certain game.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that, like, I mean, so I think that, man, when we had them on the Boss Rush podcast, when we had Adam on the Boss Rush podcast, like, I have just based on how nice and I would say casually professional, right? Like, he's super nice and very open about talking about things. And I mean, we asked him some probably hard to answer questions, like when they developed that Silent Hill game, right? Like, he was very open about how it didn't really turn out the way they wanted it to. And it was really like, I went from, like, I don't want to say I didn't care about WayForward, right? Because I do. Like, I really do like some of their games. But, like, I went from, like, liking WayForward to, this is a studio I want to support until they don't exist anymore, because of just how great they were and still are to work with, right? And yeah, it was just really nice to see it. And it's cool. It's cool when these studios treat you like humans, you know, for better or worse to say.
And the thing, that's why I said the thing with WayForward with me is that I'm like, your games feel like old Konami games, but there's something about the games that they make. I'm like, these are not cash grabs. These are games filled with passion. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about them. It's just like your work feels like passion. Yeah. And that makes me personally happy.
Yeah. I'm really happy we got to we're gonna get to talk to them again, because they're great. So
yes.
Anyways, yeah, 1-2 switch. Right? Am I right?
Yes. So we do have one last story for Family News, and this one is kind of a downer, but I'm sorry, everybody. But Dylan's Rolling Western and Kirby developer Vanpool shuts down. They said they had decided to disband. Their statement, they closed down as of May 31st, ordered their operations that stopped. They said Vanpool Company Ltd will be dissolved on May 31st, 2023. We have continued to develop games thanks to everyone's kindness, but due to various circumstances, we have decided to disband. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for the patronage we have received from all of you and apologize for any inconvenience caused. To let you guys know, some of the games that they have helped develop was Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, and the co-developed Chibi Robo Ziplash with Skip. It's perhaps best known in more recent years for the Dylan's Rolling Western series of the 3DS and for co-developing a number of Kirby titles on Nintendo Switch alongside HAL Laboratory. This includes the most recent release, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And I really hope those developers do find somewhere in the video game landscape, and hopefully maybe HAL Laboratories pick them up, and because they know how to make games for Nintendo and on the Switch, like Kirby's and the Forgotten Lands. That is a great, phenomenal game, and I would love to see they continue their work. So shoot, Nintendo hired those developers. Like hopefully they can make something and continue
Yeah.
to work in the video game landscape. But that is kind of sad that they have dissolved.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen this, right? I mean, the Mario and Luigi RPG team shut down. Alpha
Mhm.
Dream shut down, right?
Alpha Dream, yeah.
After that last 3DS release, because shocker, the Switch was a hit and the 3DS was dead by the time that game came out and didn't sell enough
Hmm.
copies to keep the studio open, which is like, I don't know, kind of I don't know, I don't really like that. I think that I feel like Nintendo kind of did them dirty on that one, to be honest. But uh, I don't know. I wish they would have put that game on the Switch. I think those games. I wonder if we're ever going to get another Mario and Luigi game. What if that's what
I
Way
think we
Forward
are.
is working on? No,
I
because
would be shocked.
they told me it was a game that was already announced, but their involvement has not been. So, which is why I keep coming back to Professor Layton. But I'm just saying, I watched that whole last direct, and nothing spoke to me like Way Forward than Professor Layton. So.
Professor Layton. I got it kind of like on my TV in a sense, just to remind me of the games that's coming and stuff. I don't know. I just Race 4 has a style. Sorry, everybody, that we're going back to Way 4, but they just have a style, and I think I would notice their style, unless they say something to be like, yeah, we're working on this. Like I didn't expect their I didn't expect that when Advance Wars Reboot Camp came out, because it said intelligence system is one of their games. So I'm thinking, okay, intelligence system is making their game. And so I didn't know that Way Forward would be helping them make that or
Well, I
developing
think it was probably a it's probably a situation where they were, because like it was probably a situation where they were overlooking the project the same way that they overlooked Three Houses, right? Where like
it.
Koei Tecmo did like 90% of the work, and Intelligent System was just kind of like sitting in a chair in the corner, pointing at, do this, you know. I don't know.
I wonder now what's when they were making Three Houses and Three Hopes. I wonder was intelligence system working on Engage at the same time? Because intelligence system,
Well, they were doing Paper Mario.
The Origami King.
Yeah, they were doing. Yeah, that's the game they were working on, and then they did Engage after.
And they did Engage.
Which, by the way, pretty disappointed with Engage. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It wasn't. I don't know. Three Houses was so good, and then that was just kind of like it fell off. You know,
It's kind of shocking how Koei Tecmo kind of turned the Fire Emblem game around, and I think because Three Houses was so was literally top tier. Like there is no denying that game is top tier, and no one expected that game to be on that level. Mm-hmm. For that to be, for them to go back to the somewhat traditional kind of feeling with Engage, is kind of not disheartening, but it's kind of just like party playing on people's minds and stuff. Because like I'm not gonna Koei Tecmo or anything, but I feel like this is one of their biggest success that they have had in a while was Three Houses. Just the way that it's so, and it being a hard game to find, that Nintendo like really had to quickly like restock when it came out. And then just even still to this day from 2019 when that game was released, people have been returning back to Three Houses or been buying it and stuff, finishing all of the houses and stuff. Or if anyone who feel like they need to like, oh, I'll just play some of this, they ended up playing the whole game all over again. Like Three Houses has been that addictive for a lot of people.
Yeah. And I mean, it's an easy game to replay too, right? With the
Hmm.
obviously the 4 branches, right? Like that's and the DLC obviously made it more replayable, which I still want to like go back and pick a different house. And I don't know, sometime if I ever have time to do more than half a game at a time, I will maybe I'll go back to that.
It's so weird. The houses, like the not Advance Wars, but like Fire Emblem with Koei Tecmo doing it, now it feels like they kind of should be the developers, same way that Mercury Steam should be like the developers of the 2D Metroid games.
Mhm.
And I just don't know. I wonder what other game from Nintendo that has been to another developer and stuff that it belongs to them in a sense. Like you want to see them like work on it and everything. Because like Zelda under Anuma has been like surprisingly shocking. Yes. You know, that now it's
Uh-huh.
become like a Numa's franchise, even though it belongs to Miyamoto.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of become what's his name's now?
Hibiyashi's.
Yeah. I mean, he's directed the last 3 major games in the series, right? So
Hmm.
I would say it's probably becoming his at this point. Uh, with Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, and now Tears of the Kingdom. And
I wonder.
it's so funny how like he started on the Capcom games and now he's like the made the 2 best games of all time pretty much.
Exactly. I wonder would Miyamoto ever try his hands back at a Zelda game.
I mean, I wonder if he would try a 2D game at some point.
Hmm.
I don't know. He loves Pikmin, man. Like that's that's his favorite thing right now, and so which is probably the only reason why we're getting a 4th one is because Miyamoto's like, I want to make Pikmin, and they're like, okay, you're Miyamoto, we can't really tell you no, so hope people buy it.
Which I think people will and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I can't wait for Pikmin. I want to see what they do in like this. I want to see what they do in this modern world, right? Like it seems like we're going into like neighborhoods and obviously they showed like a sandbox in a house and all this
mhm.
kind of stuff. I want to know, what it's like.
I
So,
feel like it's weird. I feel like you have a good knack for Pikmin, better than me. Where like I think there's a different game that I have a knack for
mhm.
that you are not. I won't say experienced in, but well versed in
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff.
I played a lot of RTS when I was younger.
Hmm.
So, I mean like Age of Empires and uh there was a Star Wars version of Age of Empires. I think it was called Star Wars Battlegrounds, which was essentially Age
Okay.
of Empires with a Star Wars skin on it. Uh, literally, it was literally Age of Empires Star Wars. This is probably what they should have called it. But I played a lot of that when I was younger. It was that and Roller Coaster Tycoon. uh, but like, so Pikmin is kind of obviously like Nintendo's kind of RTS a little bit.
Yeah.
Is a little bit more, you know, real time in the in the real time strategy. Uh, but 3, like I like 3, but like it just got overly complicated with 3 characters and splitting your Pikmin up with between 3
Uh,
characters, and it was fine. Like it was fun, but I still think Pikmin 1 is actually the best because it's the simplicity of Pikmin 1 and the puzzle
yes.
solving is what makes that game so special. And then 2 is good too, but 3 just, you know, 3 was not. So I kind of hope 4 goes back to like the one character with, all the different types of Pikmin, you know.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind them adding Pikmin. It's when they start adding characters and you having to split your Pikmin up
Split it
between the
in there.
characters, and it just kind of like, I don't know, it kind of ruins it for me. And I know that I might just be dumb, which is fine. But
No. I think you're very well organized. Just the way that you do things, you're well organized and it's well planned. And I think because you're so good at it with real time strategy games, that is not my universe. I think because I was doing like beat 'em ups and action adventure and platformers and stuff like that and stuff, and JRPGs or in RPGs and stuff. Like I'm not, and don't take it as it's a knock or anything. Um, I think you just have a well versed skill because me and you, yes, we could argue with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 and everything. And like I said, you're so good at Roller Coaster Tycoon at the adventure park stuff where I'm just like I'm not good at that stuff because I never planned anything as big as that game allows you to be. But I do love making roller coasters and everything.
Yeah, and I wish they would, like, that's the thing too, is like they keep porting the bad Roller Coaster Tycoon games to the Switch. Port the first one, right? Or
I would love the first one.
yeah, and like the first, it's funny because the first one is actually on the original Xbox, and I wish they would make it backwards compatible, and they just haven't. But it's just like, like Planet Coaster is just like, it's so overly complicated that
Yeah.
I like the idea of Planet Coaster, and there's a new one coming out. I forget what it's called. That's coming to PlayStation and Xbox pretty soon. That's like a simpler version that I might check out. But it's just like Planet Coaster is so overly complicated. But the first two Roller Coaster Tycoon games are like, man, I love the grid based simplicity of those games.
Yeah.
Like that's I really love those games, and I mean, I could switch my computer into boot camp and play it that way, but I really don't. I really hate doing that to the point where like I actually uninstalled Windows on this machine. Mostly because we weren't doing live shows anymore, and like it was taking up a lot of space that I need to edit videos. So
yeah.
I mean, whenever we decide to do something more like that, I might just invest in a trash machine and just to stream from. Like a $300 machine off the shelf just to stream stuff and whatever. But like, man, or I guess maybe even like a Steam Deck, I guess at this point, which would probably be the better option.
Which a Steam Deck for me would feel fine for like Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, but I'm just like, well, I mean, my HP that I have right now, like my laptop, like I would literally go back and like buy those games and play them and stuff. Like just have those digital copies and stuff. Like I would love to have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which I probably could have it. On my laptops just so I could make roller coasters and everything. Like that would be something that I would get back into streaming. It's just showing people this is my roller coaster. Hopefully you guys like it and everything. But like making a park, I just can't do it. I try. My fear is always the money. The money limit me so much, and then I'd be like, okay, why are these people not going back to these roller coasters or buying food and stuff? And so my managing skills is just poor, poor. I should say. Yours is just you could make $100 million and then you be like, okay, I'll tear everything down, start all over, and then still have your $100 million and then make some more. I'd be like, how you do it?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's. I don't know, man. Man, Roller Coaster Tycoon's so good. It's so simple and so good.
I think that's why you're good at the Disney game, Disney Dreamland. Is it Dream? No.
I mean, Disney Dreamlight Valley. That's not. I mean, you don't have to be good at anything to be good at that game. You just kind of do stuff.
But
which, by the way,
yeah, but
there's a major update out that I have not even tried to play yet, and I'm very upset.
Yeah, that was part of the news. But I think that was like last week. I think I missed it. And everything.
Well, it released this week, so I'm gonna turn my Xbox controller sitting here. I'm gonna turn it on Game Pass, see what happens. Man, see if it did Valley, man. Dude, I'm telling you, if Zelda wasn't out right now, I'd still be playing this game like every day. It's so good. I am obsessed with Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh, that's the other game that comes out at the end of July is the Disney platformer. What the Illusion
Yeah.
Island?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm super excited for that.
I
That
know.
is
It
a
looks
game I'm
great.
definitely buying on Switch. But I don't know if it's going to be just digital only if they're doing physical.
There's a physical copy. You can pre-order it.
Ooh, I have that pre-order next week there,
Yeah,
for pickup.
yeah. So very excited. Very, very excited for that too. I think it's only $40 too. So
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if that's that looks like a game that maybe Xbox would go try to put on Game Pass at some point.
Yeah, it's because I think it's a family friendly looking game and stuff, and I would love for like people like even just some of the adults to start playing it online through Xbox Live. It looks really good that anybody could jump in and play it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man. My neighborhood looks ragged.
Oh no! In other words,
there needs to be some work in here. I need to. So they
it's a
added
cleanup.
they added some theme park stuff to this game, and it's just like I have no room because I set it up before the theme park stuff was added, and they're
Yeah.
adding more theme park stuff in the next update, and I just man, I have no room. I have no room to put anything. So I have to like the next time I play this game, I'm not going to be able to actually play it. I'm going to have to destroy my entire island and redistribute the island to fit this
Yeah.
stuff. Not that I have to have everything, but I have to have everything on the island. So plus like I mean, I've been only using the main two sections of the island, and I haven't got up into the Forbidden Forest to clear out the trees or anything yet. I haven't, so like I could put stuff up there. What I need to do is move the castle up there. It's a whole thing. I don't need to bore people with that stuff, but Disney Dreamlight Valley, everybody, if you are looking for, if you like Animal Crossing and you're looking for something different to play, this is it has a story to it too, which is like really kind of charming in its own way.
And I think right now it's a great summer. I think it's going to be a good summer game to get into.
This
I think,
game
and
has
I think
so much content too, right? I mean, there's so much content. Like every character has their own quest line that keeps going, and like every time there's an update, they add quest lines to these characters. So like, I have something like 15 characters on my island right now.
Yes.
And they all have these long quest lines. So there's a lot of content. Plus like the end game content that you have to do, the realm content that you have to do. And granted, it's a free to play game, and there's like currency that you have to use to do certain things, and you can find the currency on the island or grind it out, but you can also purchase packs. And like I know they kind of want you to purchase packs, but also like I think I've only purchased one set of currency during my time with this game. I also bought the deluxe edition, so I got a ton at the beginning.
Currency, same with me.
Yeah, but I didn't really use a lot of it, until like I actually the last time the last time I actually used the currency was like one of the events was ending, and I didn't play a lot of it because I was doing other things. I think Destiny's campaign and stuff had come out, and I used it to level up the event pass to get all the stuff, because that was the theme park stuff, and I wanted the theme park stuff really bad. So
you know what? Let's do that for our next expansion pass. I think we should make a game list for the summer for people, whether it's stuff stuff that we have played is coming up, because like I said, I think that would literally fit good in case the people are not looking for games for this year, like new summer games and stuff that's going to be coming out and everything. I think that one will really be a good one to talk about, or to be on the list, to be like, you got so much content and more that I think by the time you get through it all, if you're very dedicated, that will fill pretty much your whole summer.
Mm-hmm. Man, I forgot Sea of Stars is coming out soon. I'm looking up other games now that you said that, and I'm like, man, all these games are coming out soon, man. Sea of Stars.
I still have my list. Yeah, I still have my list from our direct recap episode. I just need to take a look at it and everything. And I know Nintendo Life has the games that's coming out for this month, like the games and accessories and everything.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so much. So much, man. So much.
Yes. All right, we're going to get into the last section before we head out, and just yeah, because we started off talking about the Microsoft presentation, but we got a lot of presentations that's happening this month. Corey mentioned, the Summer Game Fest, the Wholesome Direct that's going to be happening. I think next Saturday. Before Microsoft's presentation on Sunday, we got the Tribeca Game Showcase, which was really good last year. So that one is back. We got Ubisoft Forward coming, and like I mentioned earlier, maybe there's going to be a Nintendo Partners Direct. Facebook did their MetaQuest kind of showcase, which I fell asleep by the fourth game. Like, dude, I was out. I know they were talking about
you don't think Bulletstorm coming to the VR sounds like a good idea.
Can I tell you, folks was upset with Sony after showing all of the PSVR stuff, or the VR, like Sony announced a lot of their games that was in that showcase was also coming to PSVR. And people were just like, why didn't you show this during the presentation? I was just like,
I know.
That is interesting.
I still don't really understand the Sony showcase, but I don't want to go into it again because I already ripped into it twice, and I don't feel like getting yelled at again by people. So,
yeah. But yeah, like, Corey, how are you looking at the presentations for at least just this month and for future stuff to come up?
I mean, I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for the Xbox showcase, and I'm really excited for.
Same.
I'm really excited for the Summer Game Fest. I know people don't really care for Jeff Keighley and stuff, but like I really like seeing a lot of, like, especially like because a lot of third-party stuff's going to be there, and I would like to see more third-party things get announced for various reasons. And so I just I'm looking forward to those. I'm not really a huge indie guy, but they're coming around. They're coming around on me. So I mean, yeah, I really just the Xbox One and maybe that main Summer Game Fest presentation. Really, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Definitely for me is the Xbox One. Like I said earlier, the Tribeca. I love the Wholesome Games Directs. Kim Chi, she hosted. I get excited when I see her just hosting it. She's just all around amazing. And I love because I definitely loved like the lo-fi chill hop music that they use, and a lot of the games be very entertaining. And normally they'll do a shirt to help support like diversity and different developers that's like queer or that that are just into games. They'll do a shirt, and I always order one. So I'm excited to see if they do that shirt again, what it's going to be, so I can order it. I just love that they do that. And a lot of the wholesome games that they showcase, I do end up buying it, and I get like very happy and excited. Even though I don't wish list it on Steam or anything, the developers who are looking at it and probably, and I need to start doing some hashtags for it, I do try to say, like, if it is coming to Switch, give them love and everything, and tell them how excited I am for it. And even if it don't come to Switch, I'm still going to like hashtag it to be like, hey, if you are a PC player, do check this game out and everything. Because it looks very entertaining. It looks very like way laid back indie game and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy watching their showcase. The Ubisoft Forward one,
I'm looking forward to that too, to be honest. I think we're gonna see that Avatar game, which I don't really care
yes.
about Avatar all that much, but I really like The Division, and maybe this will be the game that like reels me in or something, right? I'm
Mhm.
really excited for that. They also are teasing Massive's Star Wars game, their open world Star Wars game, and I'm really excited for that too. So, and then obviously anything Assassin's Creed, I'm all for. So hopefully,
Yes.
we'll see
I
something.
I wonder if we see Mario and Rabbids, or we see something. I wonder what
We'll see that
what
DLC
Ubisoft is
probably,
going to do.
right? We'll see that
Yeah.
DLC for it, for sure. What's it
If they
called?
bring
I forget what it's called.
uh,
The DLC for that.
oh, I was about to say, I'm like, man, if they literally bring something um from Super Mario Brothers 2, if they bring Wart back or something, I'll be like, I can't believe y'all doing something.
Oh man,
Because
what if the DLC was the Dream World for Mario 2? What if that was it, and it was like infested with rabbits instead of the flying masks? What
oh
if the rabbits were wearing the flying masks? Oh no!
Corey, you might see my body just floating over Ohio. To be like, it?
Oh man.
So I'm excited to see it. What they have to. And I think Devolver Digital's doing one. I'm not sure. But I need to like go through everything that I'm sorry for the Bethesda showcase. I don't think that's going to be interesting to me. I'm not
Well,
knocking Starfield because I am
it's not
buying
a
it.
Bethesda showcase. It's just a Starfield showcase.
Oh, Starfield showcase.
The Bethesda
Okay.
games the other Bethesda games are being shown during the Xbox showcase, and Starfield's getting its own. So
okay, because I just like Bethesda.
we need Wolfenstein 3. We need
Yes.
we need whatever it's working on. I hope it's Doom 3 or Doom whatever Trinity. I don't know.
Because that
I think
last Doom game was not popular. I'm sorry.
what Eternal. People like
Yeah,
Eternal.
they like it. It did nothing for me.
I still think it's going to be Quake because I think they're looking for a multiplayer game for Game
Yeah.
Pass. And
Yeah.
so I think that's what it's working on, but I hope it's Doom. Indiana Jones or Wolfenstein from Machine Games. I hope we see. I don't think we're going to see Arcane's next project. Obviously, Redfall was kind of the I mean that was Arcane Austin. I don't know. Did you read Jason Schreier's article about that?
I heard that I read some part. I haven't read the whole thing and stuff, but I know they were just like Arcane were trying to get Microsoft to cancel it or stuff. Like,
yeah, and
it sounds like it was a whole bunch of drama.
Understaffed. 70% of the studio left of the Prey team left during the development of Redfall. When Microsoft took over, they internally were hoping that Microsoft would cancel it, and they originally designed it as a game as a service. Like that's how it was pitched, and then they changed gears for it to be more like Borderlands, where like it was going to be a beginning to end game, and they were going to add expansions on later. And then they ended up getting that game out in like I don't know, like 2.5 years or something, instead of the full kind of 5 years that they and people like Prey, and they did Death of the Outsider with the Dishonored kind of standalone thing, which was really good.
My question was, that Bethesda's decisions or Microsoft decisions?
To what?
I'm assuming it had to be to the stuff that was happening at Arcane.
I mean that was Bethesda's decision. Microsoft was extremely hands off. with Redfall, and
Okay.
that was probably part of the, I don't want to say problem, but part of the problem.
I'd have to read the story and everything. Because I'm like, man, 70% left after Prey was done. I'm like, why? I wonder.
Well, probably because they wanted to make another single player immersive sim, and Bethesda said, no, we need a way to make more money because our games don't sell unless it says Skyrim or Fallout on the box. So please
Hmm.
make something that's going to make us money long term.
But
I mean,
that's why I wonder.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, because I was wondering. I'm like, wouldn't ZeniMax be making that decision and not Bethesda? Because I'm like, Arcane
Well,
is under ZeniMax name.
I mean, when I say Bethesda, I kind of mean overall the entire company, right? I just,
Mm.
you know, so I don't know, man. I think it's a shame what happened. I really think Redfall is just going to be like a one-off mistake for them. I hope they get back to doing what they're good at, because I think Game Pass is a good, I don't want to say like safety net for those games, but uh obviously Dishonored didn't sell, which is why they moved on to
Mm.
Deathloop, right? And Prey didn't sell, which is why they moved on to Redfall, right? So I think now that Game Pass exists, they can get back to making the games that they probably want to make and probably deserve to make, because those games are by all accounts really good. So yeah.
So it's a brand new arcade at this pretty much at this time at this point in time.
Arcane Austin, Arcane Leon is still pretty intact, and like 85% sure they're working on Deathloop 2, because the voice actor pretty much confirmed that that's what he was working on. So
Uh,
the voice actor for Colt. So
I might have to just watch the end of the Death Loop. Uh,
I mean, it's still a relatively short game to be.
I do mention Wolfenstein 3, and I wonder if Microsoft is going to allow that to go on PlayStation 5, because I'm
I
like, you
know
got the other two games.
that's kind of the thing too. Like, are they going to put it on Switch and PlayStation because the other games are, well, 2 and Youngblood are on Switch, and then obviously the other games are on PlayStation.
Mm.
I mean, it would probably benefit them to do that, just because they can say, hey, I mean, that series has the legacy, quote unquote, and then whatever's
Mm.
after 3, they'll reboot Wolfenstein in 10 years, right? And those will be exclusive. But it would
Yeah,
probably
because
benefit them, because they can point to Game Pass and say, you can play it for with your Game Pass subscription on Xbox or PC, or you can pay $70 on PlayStation and play it there.
yeah, because I really think I really have a feeling that Microsoft and Sony need to be third party for each other. I really, because yes, Marathon, Destiny, and MLB is going to be on Xbox, and I feel like Deathloop 2, Wolfenstein 3, um, needs the Outer Worlds is not Bethesda. I don't think that's Obsidian. I think but that came out on PlayStation,
Mhm.
and everything. I just think there's some games that Microsoft has done, or Bethesda has done, or Cinemax, I should say, has done, that's on PlayStation. I think Microsoft needs to continue it so that players will have that trilogy or that final game or something. And then when they want to do something completely different or something new, they can. Because right now, Minecraft is the only kind of third party game mostly for Nintendo from Microsoft than anything else
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's a
everything.
rumor. There's a rumor that Ori 3 is being developed, but it's not being developed by Moon. So
Yeah, yeah, because Moon is making a different game right now. They're in development, making another game
mhm.
and stuff.
I also like. I wonder I wonder, man. I still think I. So I was listening to Defining Duke Cross Xbox Two podcast today
Mhm.
actually, and they were talking about like they still think that there's going to be some sort of partnership with Nintendo to bring cloud gaming to the console with the Switch, and then bring Game Pass to the next console.
If everybody wants to be gagged, if everybody wants their mouth on the floor,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
And even if they do it, and I'm glad that you said their next console, because
Mhm.
if that is literally in Japan, like the way that they did the Switch kind of presentation and stuff,
Mhm.
if that dropped during a meeting in Japan and it was going to be worldwide,
Mhm.
oh, you better believe that is going to be one of the biggest talks. And Sony's going to be in trouble, because I'm just like, if all the talk is now becoming between Microsoft and Nintendo and not Sony for a good while, oh, they're going to be, Sony's going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink. I think the only way that you're going to steal that kind of thunder, Sony, if that happens, if y'all literally announce exclusively that Half-Life 3 is coming on PlayStation 5. That's literally like the highest level to take any kind of news story away.
I mean, I think at this point, Half-Life 3 is going to be exclusive to Steam for a long time, right?
Oh yeah.
And because they're going to want you to play it on Steam Deck is how they're going to
Oh
really
yeah.
want you to play that, right?
Yeah.
Although I don't care about Half-Life. I don't know. I know our friend Nick over at WASD and Beyond is like super obsessed with Half-Life, and I'm sorry, Nick, I'm gonna bust your bubble here. I don't care about Half-Life really at all. I tried to play.
Shout out to you, Nick.
I know, I love Nick. I tried to play Half-Life on
I do.
PS2 when it came to PS2. I didn't really understand it. I tried to play Half-Life 2 when it came to the orange box on 360. Still didn't understand it, and then I gave up. So look, it's probably the PC game equivalent to like
Halo
Ocarina of
in
Time.
the sense.
No, I would say something like Ocarina of Time or Final Fantasy VII, where you kind of just had to be there to understand its importance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, I heard this joke the other day too, where like somebody was saying like, yeah, Half-Life came to PC in like 2004 and was super revolutionary to everyone who hadn't played Halo or Halo 2 on Xbox. I was like, yeah, I feel like Halo was probably way more revolutionary than Half-Life 2.
It's I
But
I
nobody
think if
had an Xbox. Like the only game people had on Xbox was Halo, right? So
yeah, I think I kind of find it equivalent to like Half-Life was PC, where GoldenEye 007 was the N64 and Halo's the Xbox.
mm-hmm. Yeah, man, Halo, what a that Halo was so
I
good back in the day. Like I really loved Halo, Halo 1 and Halo 3 specifically. I know Halo 2 is like everybody's favorite, but I didn't play enough Halo 2 to really get into it. But I really loved Halo 3 and Halo 1 specifically.
I literally despise Halo.
Wow.
For a while. Multiplayer is fun. I think when I got to the multiplayer and playing with friends, understand why it was the Friday game for Xbox. But then I tried to play that campaign, and I was just like, this is questionable content to a high degree level and everything. But then I played, Halo 4 is great. Me, you, and Jesse played it all together. Love Halo 4.
I'm a
Halo 5 is just
Halo 5 is a mess.
It's
I was just gonna say I'm a huge Halo 4 defender. I actually really love Halo 4. Dude, that game was looked and ran phenomenal on an Xbox 360. Like the fact that it was on Xbox 360 at all like blew my mind. It was
when
awesome.
when I found out the developers from Retro was making it, I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to be a hit.
Yeah.
and everything. So I'm like, like even had that Metroid Prime look to it. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. Like I said, I feel like Halo 5 is the best to me, partly because it was the only one that I completed by myself when it first came. I mean, when I actually got to play it and stuff. Story wise, it is what it is, but like, man, the cutscenes to Halo 5 is just drop dead gorgeous. It's so good and everything. I need to finish Halo Infinite. I know that. But just like Halo 5, I think because I finished Halo 5, and was just, I think it's one of those games that I just, I didn't really listen to the negative feedback and the criticism and how everybody felt. And I just went into that game pure. And I was just like, I love playing this game. It looks gorgeous. I'm having fun with it. The story, whatever it is what it is. But I'm like, these cutscenes is top tier. 343 Studios did a phenomenal job, and I'm never going to knock them for that.
Yeah, I wonder, man, that's the big question too. I know this is Nintendo. I feel like we've talked a lot of Xbox on the show recently.
Yes.
But look, there's no Nintendo news, and I'm sure people are like really not wanting Tears of the Kingdom spoiled for them. Go listen to our book club about it if you really want to get spoiled about it. But like, I really feel like I wonder what's going to happen to 343 now, right? Because like they kind of gutted the studio. There's a lot of ex-EA people running the studio now. They're working with Certain Affinity to bring Project Tatanka into the fold, which is their kind of part battle royale project, part shifting the multiplayer over to this to kind of make it its own free-to-play style multiplayer. These are the rumors that are kind of floating around out there, right? And
okay,
they're moving off of Slipspace and working in the coalition is helping them move things to Unreal Engine 5, which is probably the smarter choice.
I asked shout out to XEP, to Logan, and Insider. I literally sent the question to him, be like, do you think Microsoft would be smart to sell Slipspace to Nintendo? And if they do, what do you think Nintendo could do with that engine for their next gen system?
Put it in the trash and work on their own stuff. Dude, Slipspace is not going to run on a Switch. I don't know. What are you smoking?
No. I just said sell it to Nintendo for their next console. I'm not saying doing anything with Switch or anything. But I'm just like, do you think if they sold it to Nintendo, Nintendo gave it to Retro Studios, definitely with the talent that they have now making Metroid Prime that we know of, if they learn Slipspace, just like literally learn it, and not saying that they transfer all of Metroid Prime, no, just literally learn it and make a new game, and they like running on Slipspace for Switch 2, Switch Deluxe. Like
the problem is that Slipspace was extremely difficult to use after they did, because like Halo Infinite was supposed to be like an entire planet that you could roam and do missions on, and then they cut it down to this kind of tiny little area, right? Comparatively, and they couldn't get that to work. They still can hardly get co-op to work, right? Like the only thing that works really well is the multiplayer, and they don't have a roadmap. So, that's kind of, I mean, Halo Infinite is below PUBG on the most played games on Xbox right now. So, I mean, that tells you who's playing it. I'm still of the mind that like I really liked Halo Infinite. I still think it's a great game as a $70 product that you're going to buy in the store, right? Or $60, I guess, because it's an Xbox One game technically.
Yeah,
that you buy in the store, you play the campaign, and it comes with a great multiplayer suite. I think it's a great game. It is a terrible game as a service, which is what everybody these days has a problem with, right? And I mean, everybody loves Halo 1 and Halo 2. Well, there was nothing to unlock. I mean, yeah, Halo 2 had DLC, but you had to buy on a disc to install on your Xbox. But like that was like there was no battle pass back then. There was no unlock. You unlocked helmets and colors of your of your character, right? And that's it. You
Mhm.
know, I don't know. I
I
feel bad.
think,
I feel bad for 343 because I feel like they had an uphill battle the entire time they've been developing Halo, and they never
mhm.
quite got out of that hole. You know, and I mean, I think really what kind of hurt them a lot was like the launch of the Xbox One and then Halo 5 kind of being pushed out the door because they needed a game to save the Xbox, right? And that was
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what because when as far as I remember, I think everybody liked Halo 4 when it came out and there's a ton of revisionist
yeah,
history on it, you know?
yeah,
I loved Halo 4. I thought Halo 4 is my favorite Halo game by far. Uh I mean, Halo 3 is amazing too, but like Halo 4 is like it had it had just enough old Halo in it to make it feel like Halo and just enough modern in it to make it feel like a modern game, and I think that really meshed well. And to me like Halo 5 was fun, but it was like I don't know, it to me Halo 5 was like too fast and too kind of kinetic, which is fine, right? I mean, you had the dash and you had
yeah.
like the movement stuff, but like that didn't really feel like Halo to me. And Halo Infinite kind of got back to what I really liked about Halo 4 actually. And I think the grappling hook was a great addition. So I don't know. I still think Halo Infinite's worth having and playing, but what do I
I,
know?
I, I, I will say, and I think that's why Metroid Prime 4 is going to be really important to Switch. And what this has to do with 343 Studios, I think they're going to really be playing that game. I feel like I keep saying, I think Microsoft could learn a lot from Nintendo and vice versa. I think their partnership is so good, and yeah, we don't see them like working together like development wise. But I'm like, they would be a powerhouse if they did.
Hmm.
And I think, and not to get Sony or anything, but they would be a powerhouse in the fact that there would be more love and respect for each of those developers and their products coming out. Definitely from American Western viewpoint. I'm not talking about the East and Japan, and I'm not talking about Europe. Those are two separate things. But because we all, every time we talk about Nintendo and we talk about Microsoft, we have a Western thought. We have this
Hmm.
American thought, and don't think outside of other countries how they think about their games and stuff. You know, so I,
Well,
I really
I think
feel.
that's
Oh,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's why I actually think that's why the Series S did well initially in Japan, right? Is because it's just
Mm-hmm.
small and compact, and uh, you know they're into obviously like phone games, and that's why the Switch did so well over there, right? Because they play handheld and mobile games. That's the market, right? They live, just the
Yes.
apartment size is like uh, anybody who lives in an apartment over there is like super tiny. It's like two rooms max, right? And you don't have a lot of room, which is why the PlayStation 5 didn't do well over there initially. Uh, I mean, it did okay, but I mean, it didn't, whatever. It's just massive, and there's no room for it.
Right.
Whereas like the Switch and the Switch Lite, I mean, the 3DS is still selling over there, for what it's worth. So it's just, I
Dude,
think,
when the 3DS is still hitting like 1,000 units.
yeah, I don't understand that at all. But uh, that's just me. Ha ha
But shoot,
ha.
that's free coin for Nintendo. Like I'm not about to knock them, but I'm like, if you're hitting 1,000 per month and you're still showing up on Japan's NPD or whatever week after week, dude, that just shows you how much power Nintendo hardware still has.
Yeah. So
That literally is insane. And these are brand new systems or whatever stock they have left, I should say.
yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. So
Yes. Well, everybody, I think that's going to be it for Nintendo Expansion Pass. I know we went heavy with Xbox, but they have a big presentation. We're both excited to see it. I know here at Boss Rush, we're going to be tuning in and watching it, voicing our opinions and stuff. And definitely, hopefully Nintendo shows up sometime during the summer and we watch that and give you guys a lot of news with that. But thank you, Corey, for joining me for this discussion. Like I said, it was a mini block. Even though well, Corey, our mini blocks consist of some of the stuff that we cut out, not our time. But everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend. Once again, happy Pride to you all, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
Nintendo Pow Block is a product of Boss Rush Media, LLC, and is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio. The show is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-hosts are Corey Dirrig and Corey Yikes. You can find Corey at I Am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. You can find Corey at Corey_Yikes on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find me at That Richard Cole on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Nintendo Pow Block on all social media platforms at Pow Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Visit bossrush.net for more great content and patreon.com/bossrushmedia to learn how you can support the show. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.